Connecticut Barber Expo 2023. Look who I've managed to get beside me here, the one and only Hayden Cassidy. How are you, friend?
I'm really good. Enjoying this amazing event.
It's always amazing.
So good.
Why don't we kick off with that? Why is it that you always come back to the Connecticut Barber Expo?
Do you know what? I just think it's like anybody who's been on events in the UK, I think it's very different than what we have.
Very different.
And I think there's always just like an amazing energy and atmosphere around this place. Like, I've never been to an event where I've met so many amazing connections, and I always feel so inspired when I leave here. And I think it's just nice to see a different community and a different space, especially coming from the UK, coming from Europe. It's incredible to be here, and it's always nice to run into people from our side of the pond.
Well, do you know what? There is that fringe benefit as well. I really like what you said about the different communities and being able to kind of bridge the gap and also maybe just, add a little bit of inspiration, a different angle of approach, if you like. And that's something, Hayden, that you've always been able to do. We love you to bits. You know that our audience love you to bits for that.
Too kind.
Too kind? No, not at all. There's a check in the post, but... Yeah. Hayden, while I've got you here, we're having a little bit of fun. Look at that smile, it's absolutely radiant, so we have to get some fun in here, right? So our friends at Williamsport Bowman Barber Supply, we're having a little bit of fun. It's called Out the Box.
Okay.
We've got this incredible box. I mean, just look at it, it's a work of art in itself, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sick.
Hayden, I want you to pull out a question, maybe even 3 if we've got the time, out of this box.
Okay.
On you go.
No, there's no trick questions in here.
There's no trick questions in
here. You're not going to make me say anything I don't want to say.
She's not going to say anything about anybody bad, nothing like that. So on you go.
Maybe I will.
Maybe she will. Question 1. What's the question?
Okay. What is one barber tool that you cannot live without?
Oh, what a good question to kick us off.
That's a great one, especially coming from these guys. One barber tool I cannot live without. Well, obviously, I'm an Andis global educator, so it's going to have to be Andis. I mean, even if I wasn't, I would guarantee still be Andis. But I think over recently... You know what I'm going to say is I'm actually going to say the Pro Foil Shaver.
Okay, why is that?
Pro Foil Shaver, realistically, I'm going to say that is just because I feel like, my thing is it's all about the details. It's always been kind of a slogan of mine that I really love. And I think the details really is what sets a good haircut and a great haircut apart. And I feel like the details that you can create with that foil shaver, taking the hair down right down to skin, cleaning up the beard, I think it's just one of those finishing tools that you can really see a difference when you use it and when you don't use it. And also, I feel like it's one of the biggest money makers in the barbershop, because getting a skin fade using a foil shaver, I mean, I don't know, you will know, it's so addictive to clients.
Super addictive.
They come in, like, I have clients who come in weekly, pay premium prices just for that feeling of that freshness.
Do you know what? I asked her a question and I'm getting all this education for you guys watching, and that is the power of Hayden Cassidy. You know what? We ain't going to stop there. Question 2, come on. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
What have we got?
Okay, what clipper have you had the longest?
Do you know what? That's a really good question, actually, because a lot of people, when you come to these shows, the Connecticut Barber Expo, for example, where we are today, a lot of people are collectors of clippers and trimmers. A lot of people love the idea of enhancing their collection, their barbering arsenal time and time again. But not enough people talk about longevity of tools. Now, that's super important, obviously. So what is the one that's the longest that you've had in there?
Okay, so does it have to be a clipper or can it be a trimmer?
Do you know what? We're going to bend the rules for this one.
Okay, thank you. So actually, it's a funny thing. The trimmer that I've had the longest is actually the Slimline Pro from Andis.
Okay.
And that was the first trimmer I ever bought. I've been cutting hair 8 years, and that was the first trimmer I ever bought. And that was a trimmer that actually introduced me to Andis. So before I was an educator, I got that trimmer,
was the tool.
And everybody was mad for it. Everybody was using it. It's still to this day. It's the one tool that I can't go anywhere without, and it's the one tool that I've kept, and I have the exact same one that still works perfectly from 8 years ago.
8 years ago, right? That set the benchmark for all of these interviews this weekend. 8 years with one tool. That is incredible. Thank you so much for that. But listen, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, but we're going for the 100% here. Question number 3. Come on, hit me with it. What have you got?
It's got to be a good one. one.
Better be a good one.
Okay, it's a good one.
Here we go.
It's a good one. Okay, if you could bring back one trend in style, what would it be?
Do you know what? What a question, and what a person to ask that question of. Come on.
Okay, do you know what probably my favourite, I love all styles of barbering, right? Like I literally love, there's not a haircut that I don't love. Even the dodgy ones, I even like the
She looked at me when she said dodgy ones there, by the way.
No,
I hope
definitely
you all
not.
saw that, right?
Definitely not. But I think the trend that I'd love and I'd love to see come back is I'd love to see everybody walk around like they look like they've walked straight out of, have you ever seen Mad Men?
Yes.
Do you know that classic, slick, like just that dapper freshness? And I think, I think the old school style will always be there.
Yes.
But I think it's something that is actually timeless. And if we could bring it back, everybody have that slick, that look, that would be my favorite. That would be the trend that I bring back for everyone, just to be dapper.
Do you know what? We're going to start a campaign today to bring back that Mad Men look, right? This is starting today at the Connecticut Barber Expo.
Today, and I also want the clothes to match it. I want the clobber to match it. So you have to come out in your suits, cigar.
Nothing half-assed. Nothing half-assed. We're going at it 100%. Absolutely love that answer. 3 fantastic questions. Fancy that. And that was in partnership with our friends at Williamsport Bowman Barber Supply. Hayden, well, I've got you.
Yes.
There's one other large object in the box.
Okay.
Pull it out and let's talk about what you get.
Okay.
What have we got here?
Oh, okay.
So,
Sick.
we've got a bespoke trimmer from
Yes.
Andis.
Can I take this? Can I take this with me?
Do you think that you need another one, honestly? But
You can never have enough of these.
you can never have enough of them. Now, the reason why you've pulled that out is obviously you are renowned for being a global educator with Andis. This is obviously a very new product.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about it.
So the bespoke trimmer came out probably, I think it was last year. It was really exciting because a part of our global education team, we also get to test clippers.
Then that's exciting. That is exciting.
So I actually tested this when it first came out as a prototype, and I really got to use it and kind of feel it. And working with an education team so closely, we really get to tweak things before the actual launch of it.
And by the way, what a person to test it out, because you had your other trimmer, the Slimline Pro, for 8 years. That previous question
Exactly,
is still coming up.
and also going back to what I said, it's all about the details, right? So this is something that really can create them special details. So one of the nicest things about the bespoke trimmer is it actually comes with a charging stand that is wireless, so it's Bluetooth.
That's cool.
And it also works with your phone. So if you need to charge your iPhone or anything, you can put it against that. And then the angle of it will also act as a tripod. So nowadays, right now, we're using social media all the time. It's all about content. So that charging stand, as it's charging, can also act as a tripod for you to be able to film.
That's incredible. The thing I like most about that, though, is when you're using the trimmer, tell the client to put their phone down, recharge it, put their phone in charge it, enjoy the conversation. This has been a great conversation. Thanks to our friends at Williamsport Bowman. Thanks to the wonderful Hayden Cassidy. Thanks to Andis, of course. By the way, let's go back to that. 8 years with one trimmer. That is incredible.
Yeah.
That is the benchmark for this weekend.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for your time as always, and thank you for all the inspiration, the uplifting content. Everything that you do, that smile on your face, it means so much to barbers, not just in the UK and Ireland, but here in Connecticut and here in North America.
Thank you guys for having me. And I love you guys. Barber EVO, Salon EVO has been one of the most supportive magazines or publications in the industry. So it's always a pleasure to chat to you guys and to see you here. And thanks for having me.
The best.